Hi folks, my name is Allie DeAndrea. Welcome back to another episode of Source to Smoke. Today I am grilling up what I would consider to be the perfect venison backstrap steak on the grill. This recipe is so simple and it really focuses on proper technique and how to make the most of your meat, the most of your grill, the most of that delicious smoky flavor. So without further ado, let's jump right in. This process actually starts the night before. You're going to take your venison steaks and trim them up to your liking, then completely cover them in kosher salt. The kosher salt is going to help create better flavor and texture with our venison by almost mimicking the effects of a brine. Wrap that up in plastic wrap, throw it in the refrigerator for at least 12 to 24 hours. The next step in achieving the perfect venison steak is allowing your meat to come to room temperature. So I will let this venison sit out on the counter for roughly 30 minutes. And the reason why this is important is for even cooking. By allowing the meat to start to approach room temperature, it's going to cook a lot more evenly on the grill, so there won't be super cold spots in the center of the meat and then overcooked spots around the edge of the meat. This is exactly why you wouldn't want to pull a steak right from the freezer and throw it right on the grill. While this meat is coming up to room temperature, I'm going to head outside and fire up our grill. Okay, it is time to fire up our grill. Today I am grilling on the Oklahoma Joe's Rambler tabletop grill. This is one of my favorite grills of all time because it is going to be super easy to set up my charcoal exactly how I want it for the perfect venison steak. Let me show you how to do it. First things first, I'm going to add my charcoal to the charcoal basket and allow that to get going just using some fire starters. Once my charcoal's hot, I'm going to add it to one half of the grill. The other half I'm going to leave without any charcoal. Now what this is going to do is create two heat zones. I will have a direct heat zone and an indirect heat zone. This is important because while I'm cooking my steak, I'm going to utilize both to bring it to the perfect temperature. It's time to finish prepping our meat. So first thing to do is get your venison steaks super dry. The drier the meat is, the better of the sear you're going to get. And that sear is what creates that beautiful crust, which equals flavor. So pat it super dry with some paper towels, and then we're going to finish seasoning it very simply with some freshly ground black pepper. Using freshly ground black pepper really does go a long way in a super simple recipe like this. That added freshness is really key when cooking a recipe that is so simple but so perfect. I'm putting these steaks directly on the direct heat side. You can hear that sizzle right away. It's exactly what we want. We'll leave that there for about 3 to 4 minutes. And now it's time to flip, and I'm cooking the other side for another 3 to 4 minutes before moving it to our indirect heat side. Now the magic with indirect heat is it's going to continue to slowly increase the temperature of that steak without searing it from the outside. So I'll stick in a temperature probe and I'm aiming for somewhere around 130 degrees Fahrenheit before removing it from the grill and allowing it to rest for at least 10 minutes. Steaks are off the grill. They have been resting for roughly 15 minutes and they look really good, but you never quite know what it's gonna be like until you cut in. So let's see how we did, shall we? Hee-haw! That looks amazing. This turned out so beautifully. And now it is time to taste. I threw a little bit of steak sauce right down on the cutting board. I actually have a previous Source to Smoke video where I grilled up some backstrap, but I made some homemade steak sauce. If you're interested, you can check that out, but it is time. It is time to cut this. So I'm gonna break this down into a smaller bite. Cheers. So simple, cooked perfectly. It's venison steak. It's not going to be beef, if you know what I'm talking about. Venison is very different. It's got a lot of really intense flavor compared to beef. Beef is so mildly flavored. And the beauty in this simplistic type of a steak, it lets the venison shine. It really does. It's just very meaty, full flavor, beautifully seasoned. So tender too, like not dry. I think we did it, my friends. This is what I would consider to be a perfect venison steak. Because it doesn't get any better than this. It literally doesn't get any better than this. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more episodes of Source to Smoke, you can head to Oklahoma Joe's YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.